Now then, so how are we doing? World Sim Series MX5 Cup. Season 2 for me. Round 2, race 1, which is, technically speaking, race 6. This is Lime Rock Park. This is the first track that I did in the first season that I did, where I was doing low 58.1s-ish, I think, if I remember correctly. And Navaldo May did 157, late 157s. And I thought, yeah, 150, not 157, just 57s. Anyway, yeah, I thought to myself, I was competitive in this. I was, able to play with the big boys on this particular track. Having a look at free practice, I saw someone had done a 57.0, and I was like, ooh, okay, there's a bit of room. But there's Paco Sanchez on 58.1, I did a 58.5-ish, basically. It was in and around, wasn't worried about the competition. We did it, we jumped in, we did that 3 minutes worth of establishing yourselves. Someone did a 58.3, which should have been enough of an alarm bell for me. That's 3 minutes. They didn't have a chance to warm up their tyres, but they did a 58.3. Someone else did a 58.7. Right. But I wasn't paying attention. We went to qualies. 56.8. I still have yet to get into 57. I had a time of 57.4, which, sorry, 58.4, which I wasn't unhappy with. But then at that point, I hadn't actually seen what the competition was capable of. Anyway, so I qualified 5th, but I was clearly on a grid that was very strong competition. And I wasn't entirely confident that I'd be able to get anywhere near even confident midfield, let alone a podium. Anyway, here comes that race. I am absolutely ravenous due to circumstances well within my control. Yeah, that people can do 56s on this track has me a little concerned. Fuck's sake. Oh, mate. Well, hopefully I won't be the only one. I imagine those that are doing 50/60s have turned traction control off. There's a lot of this course where traction control loves to steal your power. Such as here. And there. And here. And here. Where am I? 7th. And quite a way behind the pack. Okay, I am just losing the guys ahead. That's my best time since I started practicing, and something tells me I ain't gonna catch them on it. Stop talking, gent. Losing concentration. My best time. A little bit too fast. Come on, shouldn't have turned down. Oh, for God's sake. If I haven't got any grip on the back, why do I suddenly get grip on the front? Oh, fucking... Yeah, that guy just helped me round the corner then. Yeah, he did. Cheers, pal. Steering is completely fucked. There it is. That was kind of difficult to see. Yes, I would like you to fix me. Repair body and suspension. I don't care about the rest. Well, that's disappointing. It's taking basically an entire lap to fix. Oh. You know, sponsors wouldn't be best pleased if I just failed to finish the race. I'm getting in the way of whoever they were. Oh, why did you put new bloody tyres on? Didn't need new tyres. Fuck. So, yeah, a little bit to unpack there. When I got span and shoved into the wall, I am fairly confident that that was contact. I was already crashing, but I probably would have been able to save it had I not had that clip. But at the same time, I was already crashing. Like, so it was frustrating, obviously, that I was completely crippled by it. I could have contested for 7th. But at the end of the day, I was substantially behind everybody else, to be honest. Right. At the end of that race, however, was this. I hung around to see whether or not I'd get anybody apologising to me for spinning me, and this popped up. Apologies about the aspect ratio. That was Oculus deciding 2 minutes before the race, after I checked it 20 minutes before, that it wanted to update, and for some whatever reason it decided to move the screen. Anyway, so we got Antonio Massad, well done Nick, a nice clean movement. Jay Pina at Yuana, I've no idea what that says. Antonio Massad, JG backmarker. I don't know if he's talking about me. Me and Inatus Alskoni were both 2 laps behind everybody else, so I was definitely a backmarker. Now, I don't know whether or not he's talking about when I basically slammed on the brakes to not get involved in the battle between 1st and 2nd there. I don't know whether or not they were talking about me. I've not heard anything through WSS. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, errors un cerdo reportado. I've no idea what that means. Does that mean that how do you report? I don't know. Or is this person that I'd like to report? Anyway, Antonio Massad said both will be reported. Given he was talking about backmarkers, I don't know whether or not he's actually talking about me. If he was talking about me, was he saying GG backmarker for getting out the way? And he's talking about other people being reported? Or is he actually reporting me for bad play? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, you can't really report the backmarkers for being crap. I would like to think that he said GJ backmarker, or GG backmarker, or thank you for slamming on the brakes and getting out of the way at that corner and not getting involved. I'd like to think that was the case, but I don't know whether or not that was the case. Anyway, let's get rid of that. Right, so fastest lap of 56.7, 56.8 basically, and a 56.9 best lap as well. Encouraged to see that it's only just in the 56s, but they're doing it in the race as well as in qualifying, so I've definitely got a lot of ground to cover. My fastest of 58.2 would have put me at 6th, maybe up into 5th if I was able to continually compete around about there. Other than 1st and 2nd, had I not spun and had I not got taken out, then I would have been in and around that group of very fast racers, and it would have been a great race. But it wasn't, because, as is tradition, lap 1 I span. So I should probably avoid doing that in the future, shouldn't I? In terms of unpacking what I can learn in terms of analysis, then, that 56.8s are possible in the race was a big wake-up call. Now, as I say, in that race, I bet they've got traction control turned off, and I suspect that that is very true. But at the end of the day, traction control, it only kicks in when it kicks in, if you know what I mean. It stops you from doing power slides and stuff like that, which will gain you maybe 3/4 of a second around a lap, but it's still not the thing that's making them much faster than me. So I need, I need a load cell brake really, and I need a clutch. I desperately need a clutch. I really, really need a clutch. So if I have a clutch and load cell brake, I can get the Thrustmaster TLCM pedal set, I think it's called. It'll work with T150 wheel. Then, yeah, I think I'll be better trail braking. And I think a lot of their time they're gaining on me around the first corner. And the second corner, probably. They're the two places where really you're on the brakes. And most time is gained on the brakes. In terms of stability under speed, I'm not absolute dog shit, but I'm not wonderful, and I could definitely improve there. But I'm looking at I'm looking at the result of that race and thinking I can get into the 57s, and you know, high end 57s, but 57s, and that is what I was targeting from last season. Not that my targets shouldn't increase, but last season there was very little in the way of season. Anywho, I came out with 2 points. Losing 2 rating, which is a bit of a shame, but 2 points. Not completely. I mean, I'm displeased, obviously, with the race, but I'm not completely discouraged by the fact that, you know, I was getting solid 58 fast paces. Like, these guys on their last lap, 58.8, 58.7. I'm a 58.4. You know, so I would have been competitive with those guys, and those guys are, you know, a page above me on the rankings at the moment. Anyway, I've not heard anything in terms of being reported. If I do hear anything in terms of being reported, I'll hopefully have the chance to defend myself and show them this video. Don't know whether or not I will. If I do get reported, I get reported. You know, maybe I'll get like a strike against my name for just being dog shit. But I'd prefer to think it was the GJ was thank you for getting out of the way, rather than back markers. Both back markers will be reported. And I think maybe they were talking about other people that crashed, etc. Maybe the guy that crashed into me might get reported. Fuck knows. Anyway, I don't think anything more needs to be said about that race. It wasn't a massive success, but it wasn't so much of a failure, other than the fact that I had to go in the pits and I span twice. Never mind. Right, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Take care of yourselves. See you in a bit.